Imagine this. You're on the vacation of a lifetime. Palm trees swaying, ocean whispering, the love of your life right beside you. Everything feels perfect. Then one night he steps out for a quick walk and vanishes into thin air. That was me. My name is Elena, and this is the story of how my dream trip to Bali with Marcus turned into my worst nightmare. We'd been together 2 years. He was charming, funny, always planning the next adventure. We saved for months to make this trip happen. Luxury resort, private beach dinners, sunset proposals whispered in the dark. The first 2 days were magic. Laughing until our sides hurt. Posting pictures that made everyone jealous. I felt like the luckiest woman alive. But on the third night, Marcus kissed my forehead and said, "I need some air, babe. Just a quick walk along the beach. I'll be back before you miss me." He never came back. I waited. I texted. I called. Nothing. His phone went straight to voicemail. The room felt suddenly too big, too quiet. Panic clawed at my chest. Hours dragged by in total silence. Then, at 3:17 a.m., the phone rang. I picked it up with shaking hands. A calm male voice answered. "Ma'am, this is security." What he said next still gives me chills. No one saw it coming. Picture this. 2 people so in love they look like they stepped out of a travel ad. That was us in Bali. We landed at Denpasar Airport giggling like teenagers. The humid air hit us, thick with salt and frangipani. Our resort was stunning. Infinity pool overlooking the ocean, private villa with rose petals on the bed, the kind of place you book once in a lifetime. Marcus couldn't stop smiling. He grabbed my hand the second we stepped onto the property. "This is it, Elena. Our forever starts here." The first day we did everything. Breakfast in bed. Lazy swim in the turquoise water. Sunset cocktails while he whispered how he couldn't imagine life without me. I remember thinking, this is what people mean when they say happily ever after. Day 2 was even better. We rented a scooter, drove through rice terraces, got lost on purpose, laughed until we cried when he almost crashed into a chicken. That night we had a private beach dinner, candles, lobster, him feeding me bites, stealing kisses between every mouthful. He raised his glass. To us. To never letting go. I clinked mine against his, heart full. Have you ever been so happy you completely ignored the tiny shadows? The way his smile sometimes flickered when his phone buzzed? The quick way he turned the screen away? I did. I ignored them all. Everything felt flawless. Until the third night. Marcus stood up after dinner, stretched, kissed my forehead. "I need some air, babe. Just a quick walk along the beach. I'll be back before you miss me." He walked out the villa door. And disappeared. What would you do if the person you loved just evaporated? That's what happened to me that night. I didn't worry at first. Marcus often took solo walks. He said it cleared his head. So I scrolled through our photos, smiling at the memories we'd made. 10 minutes. 20. An hour. Still no sign. I texted. "Hey babe, everything okay?" No response. Called. Straight to voicemail. His phone was dead? That didn't make sense. It was fully charged when he left. Panic started small. A knot in my stomach. I paced the villa, checking the balcony, the bathroom, even under the bed like some paranoid fool. His wallet was on the nightstand. Keys too. But no phone. No note. Short breaths. Racing heart. I grabbed the room phone. Dialed the front desk. "Has anyone seen my boyfriend?" Tall guy. Dark hair, left for a walk. They checked. No sightings. Suggested waiting till morning. "People wander off sometimes," the clerk said casually. Wander off? In paradise? Contradiction hit hard. This was supposed to be safe, romantic. Not a horror show. I sat on the bed, staring at the door, willing it to open. Tears came. Fear choked me. Have you ever felt that gut-wrenching dread where your mind spins worst-case scenarios? Accident. Kidnapping. Worse. Hours blurred. Midnight. 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Silence absolute. Then, at 3:17 a.m., the phone shattered it. Ringing. Insistent. I lunged for it, but what the voice said next froze my blood. Have you ever answered a phone call that felt like the beginning of the end? The ringing sliced through the darkness. My hand shook so badly, I almost dropped the receiver. Hello. A deep, measured voice came through. Ma'am, this is Officer Reyes, Hotel Security. Are you Elena? The guest in Villa 12.
Yes.
Yes, that's me. Have you found Marcus? Is he okay? A long pause. Too long. The kind that makes your stomach drop. We need you to come down to the lobby. Immediately. It's important we speak in person. My mind raced. Accident? Theft? Had someone hurt him? What happened? Please just tell me. Ma'am, it's better if you come down. Bring your ID. We'll explain everything here. The calm in his tone was terrifying. No reassurance. No, everything's fine. Just cold procedure. I threw on a robe over my pajamas, legs like jelly. The hallway felt endless, fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. Every step echoed. My heart hammered so loud, I could hear it in my ears. What would you do in that moment? Run? Scream? Or keep moving forward because the truth, whatever it was, had to be faced? I reached the lobby. Empty except for a single desk lamp and a tall man in a dark uniform waiting near the elevators. Officer Reyes. Serious face. Arms folded. He motioned me to a small side office. Closed the door behind us. Then he looked me straight in the eye. Ma'am, we found something horrifying. What if the real horror wasn't that he was gone, but why he chose to disappear? Officer Reyes closed the office door with a soft click that sounded like a gunshot in the silence.
He didn't waste time.
We recovered your boyfriend's phone. It was in a dumpster behind the resort kitchen. Wiped clean except for one folder we managed to recover. My knees buckled. I gripped the chair. What was in it? He slid a tablet across the desk. Photos. Messages. Bank statements. The first image. Marcus with another woman. Smiling. Intimate. Time-stamped 2 weeks before our trip. Then texts. Hundreds. To her. Planning. Can't wait to start over. Once I get the money out, we're gone. She suspects nothing. The money. Our joint savings account. The one we used for the vacation. He'd transferred almost everything days before we left.
To an offshore account.
In his name only. I stared at the screen, world tilting. This wasn't a random disappearance. This was calculated.
Cold.
He staged it all. The note on his phone. The last thing he typed before dumping it. I'm sorry, Elena. I couldn't go through with forever. I love her more. Don't look for me. Tears burned. Rage followed. How could the man who toasted to us every night be the stranger? The contradictions crashed in waves. The kisses, the laughter, the promises, all smoke. I looked up at Reyes. So he's alive? He just left me? Reyes nodded slowly. Looks that way.
Police are involved now.
But ma'am, there's more. He leaned in closer. And what he said next shattered the last piece of me that still hoped. What if the biggest betrayal isn't from a stranger, but from the person who said, I love you every single day? Reyes lowered his voice. We found plane tickets. One way. To Singapore. Booked under his name and hers. Departure was scheduled for 6 a.m. this morning. He never made the flight.
But the money?
It's already gone. Transferred out hours before he walked onto that beach. The room spun. I couldn't breathe. Marcus hadn't just left me. He'd planned an entirely new life without me. The romantic getaway? A perfect cover. The proposal toasts?
Lies.
Every kiss, every laugh, a performance. I sat there numb while police arrived. Statements. Photos. Questions I barely answered. They said they'd try to track him. But deep down, I knew the truth. He was long gone. Starting over. With her. I flew home alone. The villa we shared now felt haunted. I deleted every photo. Blocked his number. Burned the ticket stubs in a hotel sink. But the scar? That stays. Looking back, the red flags were there. The quick phone flips. The vague answers about money. The way he sometimes stared at the horizon like he was already somewhere else. Have you ever ignored your gut because love felt too good to question? I did. And it cost me everything. If this story hit you hard, if you've ever been blindsided by someone you trusted, drop a comment. Share your story. You're not alone. Hit that like button if this gave you chills. Subscribe for more real-life nightmares. Turn on notifications, because the next twist could be yours.